Hello, I'm Mariana von Lucken and I'd like to talk to you about the early stage innovation companies. What are they? And a lot of people call them ESIC, and we love, as accountants, we love to abbreviate everything. It is a concession that's out there for investors. They want to think about, okay, if I go into this business and I sell it, I'm going to make lots of money and I'm going to pay a massive capital gains. Maybe a 50% discount, but in all, it may be big. So what these concessions offer you, there's some good and bad with these concessions, is that they offer you a 20% rebate straight out. It's capped to $200,000, so basically $1 million. 20% rebate on $1 million investment, and that in itself will goes against your tax payable, if you have any tax payable. So that's great. But even if you didn't get to use the actual rebate for whatever reason, or the rebate's not that big, the other concession, which is quite good, is that capital gains tax exemption. So after the first year to the 10th year that you hold that investment, there's no capital gains on sale. So I'll give you an example. You know, you've got this startup that you want to invest in, you think it's fantastic, so you put in, I don't know, you're a sophisticated investor by this stage, I assume, so you have to keep that in mind as well. You come in and you say, I'm going to put in $500,000. $500,000, I get 20% rebate on that. Great, that goes in my tax return. But in 5 years' time, this business is just booming. And I'm going to make a massive portion, or it's going to sell for a large amount. Now, I only hold a small amount of shares, but the reality of it is that if you hold the right amount of shares, and you've got to think about the percentage, there is criteria around that. In this case, then you would be able to get this concession, which is no capital gains. So imagine a small percentage of an investment. You're not sure whether it's going to go good or bad. It goes really well, no capital gains. And along the way you get a 20% rebate. Now, the negative of it is, if you do sell and you make a capital loss, or not sell, but you just make a capital loss because you're selling out and you think, I can't be bothered with this, and you make a capital loss, you can't claim the capital loss. Now, one thing to note is that you don't choose to be in these concessions, so you really have to understand whether you fall within these concessions or not. What I mean by that is that if you accidentally, not accidentally, because no one accidentally makes an investment, but maybe you accidentally made the wrong investment and you've lost money on it. And you're going and putting that in your tax return and saying, I'm going to claim capital loss, that's it, that's me, done. And the ATO can come along and say, actually, well, I think the entity would have qualified as innovative, so no, you can't get that capital loss. And you didn't know anything about that, and it wasn't on your radar. So 3 criteria. Am I sophisticated or not? Is this an early stage company? And is this an innovative company? And if you say tick, 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 then these concessions potentially apply. So our role is to guide you through those. They're quite tricky, and I don't think you should make assumptions. And by reading the ATO website, it's not enough. Because if you don't meet one of those criteria, then you're not in. The main thing. From an actual company perspective, it's quite a good thing as well, because I need investors in my business. I need cash. So what I'm going to do is go out there to the market and tell them that there are these early stage innovation company concessions, and would they invest in my company? Because I'm quite surprised when I talk to people out there, they don't know what that is. Now, you may be a sophisticated investor and you're out there investing all the time and you understand it inside out, and that's fine. Happy to always give you a second opinion. But if you need some assistance with this, please call me, go to our website and do some reading on it. Thank you.